Plaintiff Marshall Milworm says he and the defendant became friends because they lived in the same apartment complex. Marshall claims he invited the defendant to go on a cruise with him as friends. But while there, she left him a sexually explicit note, and he has the note with him in court today. He's suing for the cost of the trip and emotional distress. Defendant Patricia Sanderson says she thought Marshall was a nice guy until they went on the cruise together. Patricia claims while on the ship, Marshall treated her like a slave and even demanded sexual favors from her. Patricia's countersuing for a medical bill.
Start with you.
Okay, well, I moved into an apartment complex back in July of '08, and several weeks later, I met the defendant as she had a large, unusual dog that she'd walk daily, so I came over and pet it and, made friends with her. And after that, really, only every time I saw her out there and saw the dog, I'd say hi, and it wasn't much more than that. And through the winter, I booked myself a cruise, and I booked double occupancy cruise. And I'm really only going by myself, but I asked several people already, and I said, whoever says so first, I guess if they want to go, they don't have to pay their fare because I've already paid the double occupancy. And so she had her son out there with her that day. I think her son is with her today. And so the next day I saw her out there again, and while she was out there, she said, my son said to me yesterday, Mom, if you don't go on that cruise with that guy, you're out of your mind. Now, keep in mind that I've only known her about 3 months throughout the summer and into the early fall, just saying hi. And so, sure, you can go. Let's go inside my apartment here, and let's see if we can get you an airline ticket this late in the game for a fair price. And mine is already booked for
Let me allow her to give some background.
Sure.
Go ahead, ma'am. What do you want to tell me about your friendship with him?
I did go on a cruise with him, and I thought he was a very, very nice guy until we got on the cruise. And then he treated me like a slave. He told me that no matter what I wanted, I had to listen to him because he was paying for the cruise, and that I had to do what he said. And
like
all
what?
Not true.
He wanted oral sex, and he wanted a lot of other sexual things that I can't even mention in the court, sir.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely
he's lying,
not.
sir. He's lying.
Dirty, nasty rascal.
Well, it wasn't just that. There was things I can't even tell you.
It was worse?
It was worse. And he treated me terribly. He called me bad names. He called me stupid various times. He started smoking out on the deck, and he got pissed at me one day and brought the smoking inside. He knows I have asthma and allergies very bad.
Sir?
So a part of most of that not being true.
What part isn't
The part
true?
about begging for oral sex, okay?
How about all the other freakiness she says you asked her about?
I didn't even pay much attention to what she was saying because most of it's not true. But soon after I got her
What
on...
about smoking in front of the woman?
Well, you know what?
When she told you she had asthma.
I'll tell you what. She told me she had asthma. She forgot her inhaler. She didn't have her inhaler
I
with
did
her.
too.
She didn't
That's
have
a
her
lie.
inhaler. And
That's a
so
lie.
after about 3 or 4 days, I figured she's not having a good time. She's not enjoying herself. I paid for this cabin. I'm going to smoke. And so I started smoking inside. And too bad. I paid for it. All you did was pay to fly down here, and all you did was pay to taxes and fees, which she never did anyway. But we'll get to that also.
Lie too.
And we'll get to that also.
You start smoking around the woman because she wouldn't comply with what you asking
that's
for.
right.
You know that's
Just
why
not-
you got.
just
I'm no
not true.
fool.
Just
Am
not
I
true.
right or wrong?
Yes, you're very right,
Yeah.
sir.
So a few days into the trip, I could tell that this woman does not know how to have a good time at all. There
You
was
don't know how to do that old nastiness.
I should take that back. Aside from that, she did not know how to enjoy herself visiting some of the Caribbean islands. Okay? And so after about 3 days, the ship being as large as it is, I suppose I wanted to get as far away as I could from her, and it's easy to do on a ship. And so it gets to be Thursday on the trip, and I came back in the cabin. On the desk in the cabin was this lovely little note, which I'd like you to see, Judge.
I see it.
And please read both sides.
Marshall, we need to just be friends. Get me through this trip. I'm done trying to make this work. What? You really want me to read this? You have major problems. You have never satisfied me sexually.
Read it.
I know. need a man with a heart. I'm not gonna say the other word. Man, did you write this?
No, I did not. That's not my writing.
What a liar.
No, you're a liar.
She wrote it. And so,
I mean, it wouldn't be anything. You didn't do anything wrong in telling him the truth.
and so,
Is this the truth?
Yes.
and so prior, I
It's
should
very
say,
much the truth.
It's very much the truth.
He treated me awful, sir.
You know what I'm saying? In terms
Awful.
of what you said on
and
here.
why would I want to do anything with him? I mean, when he was smoking, I'd get up and leave the room, and I couldn't move around in the room.
Is it true?
It's true.
she just said it's not true. Now she
Well,
said it's true.
she's coming
I did it
clean.
because I was mad.
And I should,
Right.
and I should
you did
say,
it because you were mad.
Judge, I should say a
We
week.
read it again.
Yeah.
Now that she's admitting she wrote it, I'll read it again. We need to just be friends to get me through this trip. I'm done trying to make that thing work. No, I'm done trying to make this work.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
But it's the same thing. You have a major problem.
He does.
You never satisfy me sexually.
It's not just that, sir.
I need a man with a...
Now, if I get a chance to say something, a week or two before, she was over at my apartment. Well, I believe it was the date we were making the reservations for the airline. She asked if she could use the bathroom. I said, sure, go ahead. She come out, she says, what's that on your vanity? That Cialis Viagra stuff. I was over to her
You're in
apartment.
real bad shape if Viagra won't even work
Now,
for
hold
you,
on.
Doc. You're in real bad shape.
And
Go
so
ahead.
I was over to her apartment the previous Monday to the trip. She sat down on the couch and she said, don't you think we ought to try one of those before we go on the trip?
That's a lie.
It's absolutely,
That's a lie.
absolutely
I don't
true.
know whether to believe you when it comes to these
Absolutely
topic
true.
discussions, ma'am.
It is
You're already
100%
true.
I tried to be
So
nice
the cost
to
of
him.
the trip you're suing her for is for what? Because it sounds like you need to pay her. For what I'm hearing. Am I right or wrong? Go ahead. What part of the trip are you
I'm
suing her
for costs incurred on the ship.
How?
Well,
How does she owe you?
well, she had no credit card, so she had a separate account, even being in the same cabin with me. So everything that she charged, which was only the cost of
And she
alcohol.
said she would pay her own share?
Oh, I absolutely told her before she left that I wasn't going to buy T-shirts and mugs and gifts for her children on the ship.
And how much did that come out
Well,
to?
that came out to about $225 worth of stuff. I can show you some of the items, including her.
Let me see them, please.
Her $8 strawberry margaritas, and yeah, which I don't drink those two items and this as well, sir.
Ma'am, what do you say to these
Okay.
charges? Did you agree to pay
First
them?
of all, I have a thing here where I had 50 promo points. And he told me I had 50 promo points and that I could use them.
Not true as well.
Right here is the promo points.
They were all my
And on
points
the
as
other
part
side,
of being
the
on
other
the trip.
side is his points and how much he spent.
Well, how did she get them in her possession?
When
How
she
would have I
booked-
even known
when
about
she
it?
booked, well, I told you about it. That's
Yes,
how you
you
know
told
about
they
it.
were mine.
I told you about it, but
You're
I
lying.
elected not to let you have them
You're
because you
lying.
weren't paying
How did
anything
she
for the
get a
trip.
copy of them, sir?
Oh, she has something from Holland America?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know what she has there.
I have the 50 promo points on there.
Oh,
She
50.
has- yeah, it shows her credits, 50 promo credits.
Right, but it doesn't have anything including the gifts that she bought
Shop concession,
and the 77.
sports bar, atrium bar, Lido. But you went to a lot of bars.
I
and-
needed to.
You
And-
needed to, huh? He drove it to drink it.
Very
All
much.
right.
And the $77 for the $11
I
a day.
agree. Ma'am, I'm inclined to believe you owe some of this. Your counterclaim for $34.94 for medical bills.
It's for my asthma attack, sir. He caused me to have this asthma attack, and the doc, he dropped me off at the security. I told him when we got to Florida, he told me to make sure I got his luggage out there. He wanted me to carry his luggage.
Come on, ma'am.
Yes, he did, sir. And
Now listen to this,
was
Judge, when
panting.
it's my
I was
turn.
huffing and puffing when I come out, and he says, "That's the hardest I've seen you work since you've been on this."
Come on, ma'am. I don't believe
Now
that.
you gotta
Go
listen
ahead,
to this.
sir.
As I
Now you
sat,
gotta listen to
as
this,
I
Judge.
sat there, I
Hold on.
started breathing heavier and heavier and heavier. And so when he got the car, I crawled in the back seat because I was going to lay down. And he called me stupid. And he says, "What the hell is she getting back there for?" So I crawled back in the back front seat, and I told him, I said, "I need to go to the hospital." So he took me to the hospital. He dropped me off at the security door. He left. He didn't stay there. He didn't take me up there or anything. I could hardly walk. I was having trouble breathing. And I got to the door and I fell and I started beating on the door. And the security guard came out and got me and they took me to the emergency room.
Man, why did you carry his luggage?
Because he wouldn't let up on me, sir. He abused me. He cussed at me. He treated me awful. He told me call me stupid.
Judge,
he
now
called
let
me
me
a
tell
lot
you
of
how
other
it really
names.
happened.
And he told me I owed
tell you
no
how it
money,
really
sir.
happened?
Let me hear his side.
Let me tell you how it really happened. We got off the ship, had a car rented for me. We went over to the rental agency. I said, you sit out here with the luggage while I go in and sign the papers for the rental car. I came out, she's having an asthma attack. I said, guys, you know, the rental guys, where's the closest hospital? So I followed the directions and I get there and I see the first entrance to that hospital and I pull up there. Well, I should have thought, well, where do you go first? You go to the emergency room. But I didn't think that. I saw an entrance. I pulled up. I said, you get out. I'll go park the car. I'll meet you in the emergency room. I come in there. She's laying there. They're taking test and test and test. 3 hours later, I said, Patty, I need to go up and visit my brother only about a half hour away. And you give me a call when they let you out, okay? No sooner I got up to my brother 30 minutes
He
later,
asked them if they were
she's
gonna
on
let
the
me
telephone, so I turn around and come back down and get her.
Well,
now,
ma'am, unfortunately, he's not liable for your medical bills nor your condition. You had the opportunity, or you should have.
Sir, he caused it.
No, ma'am.
He did.
Ma'am, you had an opportunity to avoid that. You could have stepped out of the room. You could have left the ship. You had.
I did call my son. My son
that's my
knows.
point,
I
ma'am.
called
That's
him and I
my
was
point.
crying.
He did not force you to stay there and accept that cigarette smoke. He did not force
leave
you
the
to
room.
take your luggage, ma'am.
Yes,
I'm going to grant you your judgment, sir, minus the $50 that she has here. Okay. That would be $531. What emotional distress are you suing
because
for?
after we got back, I called her several times, and I said, Patty, you're going to take care of what you owe me.
All right, so that's not emotional distress trying to
I'm not
collect your
finishing.
bills. Judgment $531 is all I'm going to grant you. Have
Thank
a good
you very
day.
much.
Thank you, sir.
Hi, Judge Mathis. I'm Maddie, and I have a question for you. If I come home and my roommate had a party and a bunch of my stuff is stolen, can I sue my roommate for that?
Generally, Maddie, your roommate is not liable for the illegal acts of a third party. They are a victim just like you are. However, if your roommate granted her guests unauthorized access to your property or failed to act responsibly or committed some act that put your property at risk, you may be able to hold her liable for your loss.